Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and what I have here is a piece of game board piece. You know, it's like that thicker cardboard game boxes and game boards. These are little inserts that come with the game. I don't know how to play the game or what this piece is called. I'm just going to round off these corners though. And what I want to do is I want to put a little HUD on here. So, in the end is, well, PCD nigh, which is like the end is nigh, things that have color are valuable. So if you were wanting to buy like a truck or something, not a truck, but like a vehicle, I need a cutter. Oh, I got a cutter there. That was, I can't think English words right now. That was like colors. You could either get dye, which is almost impossible and very expensive, or you can buy scrap metal that's been taken from the surface that, you know, is already sort of a color. And that's kind of the way some people make their living, is selling that. So that came off real easy. This side did not. Let's see if I can get it off here. Really, the inside doesn't matter too much. All right, so I'm just going to cut this about yay tall. We want this to fit on this base. Okay, we're going to need one more piece. What we're doing is we're just making a corrugated hut. We don't need the inside to be. So to get our hut started, that piece is probably going to be too fragile. Okay. We're just gonna pull this stuff off real quick, and we'll work on our corrugated hut. This reminds me of when my wife and I were dating, you know, 18, 20 years ago. Sitting around making Star Wars terrain and stuff, using making corrugated and lighting it up using regular lighters, and then making our dining room stink because we didn't have a place where we lived in literally a haunted house. It was like the cheapest thing I could get when I came back from the war, and my first wife had left. So we would, to make holes in the corrugated, we would get a lighter and catch it on fire like that and let it burn. And then we'd blow it out and see how it makes. I still do that. I've done that with some of the other pieces, but I don't think I do it on film because I don't want to teach people to play with fire. But that's how we were making our good corrugated. So, all right, so we have some pieces here. Let's get started. What we want to do is we want to make it to where we can set this down on here. So let's get some supports on here maybe. And for supports, what we'll do is we'll just cut some cardboard. We'll just kind of toughen this up a little bit. Is my gun on? Yeah, it's just not gluing. We'll just shove that on here, and that'll make it sturdy, or sturdier anyways. We'll snip off that excess. We want two sides about that long. Okay, and this will make it sturdy. These will be our short sides. And then these will be our long sides. We'll cut those about the same length too. Doesn't have to be perfect, just ballparky. All right, so let's assemble it. This one's a little sturdier, so we'll start with that one. And in the meantime, I put it together backwards and wrong. Let's try that again. Okay. Let me get a pair of extra glue. And we'll glue this piece here, like this. And we want this to be our front. We want a door in there. Maybe that's a little bit too short. Okay. I need to strengthen up that back piece a little bit. Or that top piece, I mean. Okay. And then we're just gonna do the same crap we did on the other side. Oops. Okay. We're just gonna shove that together, and that's gonna make our corrugated building. Okay. That gap will be okay. We're not going to worry about it too much. Let's make a roof. This looks like a pretty good roof. I did not do what I wanted at all. I have to do it this way. That is way too much to be shredding off like with fire. It's just going to be a mess. Okay, let's see if we can get the other side off, since we couldn't get that one off easily. Yep, so that'll be the top of our roof. Well, let's make sure everything's sturdy. It's pretty sturdy. It's not perfect. I'll pop my kickstand off, get up in there a little bit. Just hit it with some glue to make it a little sturdier. Okay. And we'll set that off to the side for a minute. It's going to fit on this base. In order to do that, we're going to have to cut some of this excess off, I'm thinking. We don't want this to be super flimsy. Okay. Okay. And we want that to fit there so it stays on the base. So the easiest thing to do is to get a straight edge and just build a frame that'll sit in. Okay, so first let's kind of measure the back off roughly. We'll go a little bit wider than what we half-ass measured. Okay, and we'll shove that back there just like that. Then we'll put our building up next to it. Okay, just like that. Get a little bit in that crack there. Sweet. And we're going to put one on this side. We're going to measure it out poorly, snip it off. And we'll shove that on there, just like that, out to the edge. And we'll get a little bit in that corner. Okay. And hopefully our building sits in there snugly. Good, sweet, that's what we wanted. Let's get some of this crap. Let's get this on the bottom. On the base, just to add that kind of texture that's supposed to be there, showing that there's scrap all over the world stuck to everything. Okay. Let's do some repair work to the building. There we go, one. We'll throw one on the back though, I don't think we really need it. Okay, now, see how that's crappy? I don't really like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a thin railing and just glue a ledge over that to hide that. We want that to go out, not in, okay? When I say out, not in, I mean out away from where the building is, so it's not interfering with the structure at all. Okay. Just make sure everything still fits. Nice. All right. So we need a sign for the top of this, and that should be an easy enough construction. We'll get a piece of that. This will be sturdy, and it'll give it a nice little cool look. Okay. Now we want to mount this to the top of the building in some way to where it's noticeable. And to do that, I'm just going to get, I had some something here. This. I'm just going to get some of this in my snippers. Okay, 1, 2, I just slide it into that groove and work it around till it dries. Getting as much contact space as possible. Oh. Damn spider webs. Okay. Now, since this place does sell colored scrap, and I didn't make the base big enough for that, we're going to have to change the purpose of this building. And that's okay. We can do that. I know how. And I have permission from the guy making it. So we're double winning here. I do want to make some supports for that roof. So if I wanted to pick it up by that, it wouldn't take this apart. So to do that, I'm just going to get some of these. I'm going to snip that. Okay. Okay. That is not behaving. Here we go. Okay, that'll be sturdier. So now this building is something else. I don't know what. It's a corrugated building. Ha ha! Let's get some straws and stuff and decorate it up a little bit. Okay. Something like that. Let's get something to like be a liner for that roof there on the front. Make it a little sturdier. I think that'll be good. All right. Now what is this building? Does it need a door? Not really. Nah, we don't need a door. I don't know what could be here. What could we sell? We don't have room for a good rack for anything. Oh, we could put some... People sell homemade oil quite frequently. So here's what we'll do. We'll get a Jenga block. From Dollar Tree Jenga. Here we go. Okay. We'll cut a little piece of cardstock to go on it. Make it like a table. People sell recycled oil a lot, like a lot. So what we'll do, this is the top of a, I can't think, hot glue thing, or a super glue thing. We're going to shove that on this table. And It's going to be a big thing of oil. And then I have another one that's already pre-cut somewhere. Here we go. I can't remember what I was going to do with this. But I know what I'm going to do with it now. I'm going to make it an oil drum. Peep this technique. Nothing fancy. Just showing off. And this will just add a little bit of decoration to it, but it won't make it too overwhelmingly cool. Okay. Not bad, not bad at all. Then let's get a a piece of stuff on the top here. Sorry, I'm having trouble focusing here. We'll just push that down on there to hold it in place. When beautiful women come in the shop, it makes it hard for me to do my job. Okay. I'm just going to take that bottom part there, throw some glue on that. That's a lot more glue than I needed. And I'm going to shove that out here, kind of away. And then we need some little oil jugs there. So for those little oil jugs, I think the most basic and easy thing would be to toss some beads on there with a piece of something sticking out of it. Bead, boop. Bead, boop. Bead, boop. Get rid of that, what's that stuff? Spider webs. Oh, spider webs, I hate them. All right, let's get some different spouts for the top of these oil things. So for this first big one here, I'm just going to get a dab of glue on the end of that, just like that, to where it kind of fills that hole in. And I'm just going to shove this piece of coffee stirrer down into it, just like that. Now I'm going to get a piece of that metal stuff, paper clip. I can find some. Paper clips, what are you? Why do you hide from me? Looking for a paper clip. Looking for a paper clip. Okay. Piece of paper clip here. Hold on. I'm going to bend this over like that. Pull it up a little bit. Dab of glue. I'm going to shove it in that hole. Need a little bit more glue, so I'm just going to dab the top of that and then shove it in. Like that. And I'm going to make this one a little bit longer, so it's a little more interesting. And it doesn't look exactly the same. Oops. Dollar Tree snippers don't snip. You'd think I'd learn that after years of trying to snip with them. But they will not cut most things. Okay. There we go. And I think that that oil lid is kind of wonky, but we're going to keep that as it is. All right. Let's throw this thing on a paint lid. Okay. Let's black bomb it. Let's try to do this in one video real quick. If we can. If we can. I'll black bomb it, and if we can do it, we'll do it. You know what? We're not going to be able to, so let's take that back. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and all that happy crappy that helps the channel grow. And check out the description below. You'll find a link to the Discord, a link to the website, a discount code for 25% off your first month of Dungeon Swag subscription service, which is amazing. If you haven't seen them on the channel, they're so good. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.